truth. And this brings us to an exploration of one of the most profound journeys in life, navigating manhood. Welcome to Youth Hub. I am your host, Hosanna Okarafo. Today I'm here with you, not as your regular host, but as an explorer looking to uncover insights and truths about manhood. I do not have all the answers, but together let's find the questions that matter. And on this episode, I'm thrilled to announce someone who brings deep insight and passion on today's conversation. Joining us is Jamil Musa Zagi. I hope I pronounced that Zagi Fatwa. He is a youth advocate and former aspirant of the House of Representatives in Nigeria. We're excited to dive into this meaningful discussion with you. Welcome, Mr. Zagi. How are you?
Very well, thank you, Hosanna.
It's really showing the whole manness, the cap, the regalia, the shoes. You guys cannot see his shoes, but his shoes are perfect. Really perfect.
Is that what it takes to be a man?
No, not really, but it's really exuding masculinity in my opinion.
I'm glad.
And you have to accept that, of course. Welcome to Youth Hub.
Thank you.
And here on Youth Hub, we just explore different aspects of youth life, mental health, life as a woman, life as a man, employment and unemployment, problems, issues, and facing the youth, those who are change makers, insights on our journeys and contributions. You know, in a world that often poses rigid expectations of men, let's examine how men really navigate this whole manhood thing. You know, it's not easy to be a man. And
Indeed.
I caught you there.
It takes more than putting on shoes,
Exactly.
wearing black kaftans. There's more to it.
Oh, yeah, it's a black kaftan, yeah. Okay, so this space is for honest conversation. Like, we're going to be really honest, and we're going to really try to see how to put our strengths there and be vulnerable a little bit. So, you know, growing up, I often had this or heard this, oh, boys don't cry, boy this, be a man, keep your shoulder, be a man, you know. This raises the question, you know, are boys really being taught how to be a man, or are they just simply being taught how not to be feminine, or not act like a woman, or not show feminine trait? How will this impact the understanding of what manhood really entails and the ability to express emotions? Because I feel like it's hard for men to express emotion. Why is that?
Is it? You see, ironically, Hosanna, I am familiar with that be a man, don't cry thing. You know? But it's ironically, when a man cries, you know, when he sheds tears, you know, it's not a sign of weakness.
Okay.
It's a sign of strength. Because even when you look at a kid, when they shed tears, when they cry, you see that, you know, new agitation in them, you know. So when a man sheds tears, he has opened a new level of strength in them. Just like a snake, when a snake sheds its skin, you know, it provides room for growth. I think that process is called exedesis or so. So let me quickly give you a very brief personal story.
Okay.
You see, just the day I was going in for my primary elections,
Okay.
so we knew the outcome. Exactly, politics for you. We don't have to go into that, but we knew the outcome already.
Okay, fine,
so
that's
despite
fine.
the boycott, but we were asked to just attend. So my partner, my good friend, told me we should go on, and then on our way he asked for where my shades were. So I said this here now, like, why are you asking where my shades were? Yeah. So he didn't give me an answer, but then I knew why he was asking me.
Why was he asking?
He was saying, you know, he assumed I was going to, you understand?
Oh my God, that's so emotional.
Exactly. So because, you know, after all the effort, the energy, and you know, you have something and it slips away from you.
Exactly.
You understand? So he anticipated that I might.
Just drop
So I just smiled and told him, look, when I lost my first baby, coincidentally was on this day, 5th November, 3 years ago. Born, and then I put him on the floor myself. You know, I wept. I think that was my biggest downtime of my life.
And biggest loss, I guess.
Yeah. So, but then it brought out, you know, a new me. You understand? I became a different person. I saw life in a whole new perspective. You understand? So little things don't get to me. I understood that nothing in life is promised except that. You understand? So I told him after that event, nothing really can hit me like that.
Can move you so well.
You understand? So when things happen, you take it, dust your shoulders, you move on. And there have been series of disappointments even after all those things. I lost an election, lost money, we lost opportunities, but we don't let it hold us back. So you see, the whole idea of not wanting to let out your emotions, I don't think, is the thing. But then I understand where people come from when they say don't. But it's not then an opportunity for you to roll on the floor and cry and what
But
have you.
why won't you roll on the floor? If it means rolling on the floor, why not? That's the thing. Now that's what I'm coming.
So what does that? What does that add? What does that add?
And it just shows that okay, I'm a man and I can also cry. It doesn't mean that okay, I'm a man, I shouldn't cry.
You can cry, but you can do that in your room. You can do that while you're just sitting down, and then sometimes it's good to let it out, but you don't need to you don't be dramatic about it.
So women are the dramatic ones.
Yeah, you can say that. So I think that's just the key thing. But that weeping and crying is not a sign of weakness.
Exactly.
It's a sign of strength, if you ask me.
Okay, so that's it. So how do various culture narratives, shape our understanding of what it means to be a man? And what are the implications of these narratives on individual and societal behavior and identity?
So, see, in regards to culture, I think there are broadly two perspectives. Firstly, we have the traditional outlook. How the aggression. You understand? Yeah, that kind of a thing. I don't smile at anybody.
I don't take nonsense.
Yeah, I don't take
when
nonsense.
When that is back, everybody behaves and everyone starts running around.
Exactly. So I think that's more of the traditional. And then we have I'd like to call it the modern aspect of it. When you're cool, even with your kids. You understand?
Exactly.
You're calm. You're open. You relate. You vibe, and you're friends with even your own son and such things like that. So I think it's good to have a balance for a man. It's good to have a balance in between these two. There are times where people will also exploit that your quiet and kind nature. And there are times where people, when you
toughen up.
Exactly. Then it's okay.
So
it's all about balance.
So which of them are you? The tough daddy?
Well, I have both in my pocket. So we just have just in case. It's good to bring out sometimes. It's good to bring out the other one. So you just have to find the right balance.
Now, talking about this being a father and navigating manhood, how do different models of fathers or fatherhood influence young men's understanding of their own identities and responsibilities?
Very similar to what we just said. So if you have a father who is the tough one, who is when he comes into the house, the whole kids will just go into one corner, and then we have those that are welcoming, they are opening. So if again, this too is about balance. You understand? It's about finding balance. And then a child who has been exposed, a young child who is growing up, who has been exposed to this aggression and, this toughness of a man, in a way too, he might toughen up. It's good. In a way, it affects him too. He becomes, he sees, But if that balance is lacking, it might transpire to becoming something else. It might become an aggressive person, might become a bully in school. When he sees a child who is timid, he might want to use he wants to use that.
These days, not all men want to be fathers. Some can be good husbands and might not be able to be good fathers. Some can be good fathers and not be good husbands.
Correct.
Now, what can be done to promote more inclusive and nurturing father figures in society? Because so many men out there don't even want to be fathers. It's just like a whole lot of responsibility that they don't want to go down to.
Well, it depends on your own definition of what being a father is. But from where we come from this side of the world, it's all about providing. You understand? And sometimes, you can't blame men. Some want to be there. Genuinely, they want to be there. But work, they have to go out, look for money. But it's still no excuse. You understand? One should always find time to bring their kids closer, to nurture them, and then play that fatherly figure with them.
Which is also creating a balance. Now,
Exactly.
you just chipped in something about work and all of that. In what ways can government policies, because I know that sometimes it's just tough on some fathers or some men and the whole manhood thing. How can government policies, better support young men in redefining masculinity, especially in areas like having your own job, mental health, education, employment,
Mental
and
health.
yada yada yada.
You know, I see. I have a thing for that mental health, especially when it comes
And
to
I feel
men.
like men shy away from that. They just be like,
Yeah,
no.
you know,
When people say
it's
mental health, it's
people
crazy,
may
man.
find this offensive, but it's annoying to the ears. You understand? I think it's just an excuse to be weak, so to say. You understand? But life is meant to be filled with challenges. So you need to understand that you need to navigate all those things and accept and learn to move on. But don't let anything hold you. Like I said to you, when I wept, I learned something. And then since then, I realized that life, nothing is promised. So whatever life throws at you, you take it and then you move. You don't have to let it hold you back.
Hold you down so
Yeah.
much. All right, we'll take a quick break, and when we are back, we'll touch different aspects of the human mind. Please stay with us. Welcome back from that quick break, and just in case you're joining us, this is Youth Hub, and I am your beautiful host, Hosanna Okrafo. And today we've been talking on navigating manhood, and I have Mr. Jamil Zagi as my guest. Mr. Jamil, sorry. You know, there's this culture of silence when it comes to men. They don't see the need to want to voice out or say something, or let me not say it before they say, I'm not doing like a man, or, all of those kind of things. How can we unlearn this culture of silence in men? How can men begin to embrace the culture of vulnerability, and without feeling like they're compromising, like one side of their self telling them, no, it's like you're not supposed to have said that thing. It's like just all you understand better because you're a man. I'm just in the quest to know. Yeah. So how can they learn that culture of silence without compromising and showing their strength in their identity? That
Firstly,
hits right there.
why do you think men should be vulnerable?
I want to know, honestly. I want to know why men should be vulnerable.
There are so many angles. There are so many angles for this. Firstly, you think, likes of you, women, think we men are silent.
But you people always exude that energy all the time.
You may say that, but the reality is that we talk. Well, we just don't talk to you, women.
Okay, talk to you, fellow.
We talk to ourselves because we have similar issues. We go through similar problems. So, have you heard of this common saying in the barbershop is where it goes down? You understand? When men meet at the barbershop, because there are no women there, of course, it's just men. We talk, we discuss our problems. Then you might begin to get one or two things, but people will just keep quiet there. So, but really, I get where you're coming from, this whole silence thing. But at the same time, men do talk, but we talk to ourselves. You understand? We don't go about complaining to women or whining, and we keep things. You see myself here. My mom always tells me I like to keep things to myself. I don't talk. You understand? But when you have one person who you can share, whatever is going on with you, maybe it might be a friend, it might even be a big brother, you understand? But really, what really happens is we don't like to show that sign of weakness. I should not be saying this, but I'm saying it now.
Please say it to my audience, because I have male audience who are listening to me.
To fellow women, you understand? But amongst ourselves, we talk. In the gym, we talk, When we are out there, we talk. We have similar issues.
Okay, now let's talk about relating these issues with women, our mothers, our sisters, our colleagues at work, and our wives at home. How can we unlearn that culture of silence to them? Because I know you people might or will talk to fellow men and they understand better.
We don't like drama. Men do not like drama. Women, no offense, most times you are dramatic. I can take an issue to maybe a female figure, maybe a mother figure or a sister figure, and their hands are on their head. You understand? They just lose
the
it.
whole thing just goes from 0 to 100.
Exactly. You understand? And before you know, it's out there. And hey, you understand? But when you meet a fellow man, you understand, who understand, and you tell them, the next thing is, how do we get out of this mess? We are going straight to the solution. How do we get out of this mess? We don't need to, oh my God, this roll on the floor, cry. And so these are exactly. No, you can pray. You can pray. Please, you can pray. Prayer is good, but
no, the men make it look like it's only women that pray when the little issues arise. You know.
Do we have to?
Mommy, pray for me.
We see men do say that too. Mommy, that's where we like to keep. You know, pray for me, please, and then. Sometimes it depends on your relationship with mothers. You understand? Exactly. There are people like myself. I'm very close to my mom. You understand? Wow. So I can open up and say, "This is what I'm going through," and she will always give me the right advice. Yeah. But on a general scale, we just like to avoid. That drama.
Do you think men should unlearn it, or you think men should just continue bottling it?
Keep a balance.
For the ones that.
It's about balance.
When they actually now unleash, it feels like they've been carrying a lot of grudges and weight for a long time. Having mental stress.
That's a disadvantage. I agree with you on that. Absolutely, because when you keep things in, the moment you unleash it, you.
Looks like there's been a problem for a very long time.
So really, I agree with you. It's important for men to speak up, but you need to speak to the right person. I think that's always where the issue lies. You understand? So it's important for men to have that, good friend, that big brother, or that father figure who they can always discuss their issues with, who will keep it and give them the right advice and support that they need. Unlike women. Tell this person, tell that person, tell that person.
Oh my God.
Before you know it, you get. No, that's what you do. You tell this one gives you a different advice. You tell that one, this one gives you another. Come on, man.
But they say test the waters and see.
No. So until you drown, then you know that water is deep. No, now.
Okay, lastly, before we wrap up on this very interesting conversation with Mr. Jamal, as societal norms continue to, evolve daily with different aspects, different technologies, different this and that, what do you envision the future of masculinity? What do you think it will look like? And what steps can be taken to ensure it promotes equality, respect, and basically emotional intelligence?
Capacity. Yeah, financial capacity. Even now, that's what it's about. Men are defined based on, their capacity to even if you're present, if you're able to provide, you men will complain. You understand? So it's unfortunate, but that's the reality we find ourselves. And then also based on what has been put even out there in our holy books, men are providers and protectors. You understand? So the future, just like the present, will always be about men being able to provide, be there. And you and I know, Hosanna, you respect men based on their capacity, more so.
What when you say capacity, is it just about financial freedom? There are other things to this capacity.
Well,
don't just look out for financial freedom.
Of course, there are other things, but that's
basically it has to be number one.
Yeah, that's the number one
thing. As an Igbo girl, what will I do?
You see? So that's the reality, the sad reality, But it's good to always. I'm always about balance. You understand? I'm always about balance, because there are people who are exposed to the financial aspect of life. When it comes to men, you understand, they are men, like women to their men, and then they are missing out on that, emotional aspect of it.
Exactly.
So
emotional intelligence.
Yeah. So it needs to be there. It needs to be there. So men have got to also do better, so to say, because I know we are also guilty of saying,
a lot. lot.
I've provided, I've done this. Why are you disturbing my
Yes,
own?
it's
I know,
nice.
I know, I know.
They can't confide in their wives. You know, I'm saying from the aspect
Well, look,
of being
see,
a woman.
we go
Some
through,
even do investment plans and the woman don't even know.
we go
It's not
through,
nice.
men go through a lot. You understand? Men go through a lot. That's one thing to understand. And so sometimes just that burden of just trying to provide and get things done usually takes a toll on men. You understand? So, and then the little time they feel the need to use to, you know, wind, and then they are making more demands, you understand, from them in terms of being present, you know, sometimes it's not easy. It's not easy.
For women either. I mean, men go through these things physically, but women go through it internally and emotionally. Imagine carrying a whole human being. Imagine catering to it. It's a lot for women. I mean,
I agree
have
with
to
you.
say about that. Women are doing a lot, basically.
I agree with you.
So the only thing we need men to do is that.
And you're doing good at it. You're good at doing it. And I think that's why God in His infinite wisdom has designed it to be that way. You're good at it. There are men that would rather pay whatever amount of money than to nurture and stay with a baby. They cannot stand 1 hour of holding a baby.
Why are people always running?
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Okay, that was very, very insightful and interesting, and I hope that we've been able to uncover some hidden aspects of men trying to hide, trying to date. And Mr. Jamil here has encouraged the men to speak up when need be, whether it's to their partners or that one person that they really trust and can always give them good advices. Men are really trying. Oh, we should give it up to them. Yeah, yes, I should. Why not? I'm a she for he. Thank you very much for joining us on this interesting episode of Youth Hub. Please stay with me next week because I have something really interesting. I am Hosanna Okrafa. Bye for now.